Today I'm going to look at a very powerful app that we have on the TI-84 that can be used on the IB exams that can help us solve equations very quickly. There's some certain things that need to be adhered to first, but we'll take a look at those today. So if we go to Apps, you should have PolySmlt2, the second one here. If you don't, you can find a friend or a teacher who has it and just connect, link, and download it to yours. So, go to PolySmlt2. Look at what it has there. It says press any key to continue. So I'll continue. So it has two major functionalities. First one's polyroot finder, which would find the root of a polynomial, which is what I have here. Or you can solve simultaneous equations, which I have here. So I'll look at solving simultaneous equations first. The rest is just help, or quitting, to go back to your main screen. So if I go to the simultaneous equation solvers, you'll see it asks me how many equations I have. Well, in this case I have two equations, and I have two unknowns, x and y. 2, 2. I can ask that my results be in decimals or fractions, normal, scientific, engineering, floating, degree, radian, etc. It's really just, I think the most important part is that you have two equations with two unknowns. You could have three equations with three unknowns. You could have as many as 10 with 10. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Next. And you'll notice what you get is a matrix. So it's very important before you use the calculator to solve this that your equation is written in the proper, or equations are written in the proper form. You must have your first variable, your second variable equals your constant term. So x, y, constant. X, y, constant. Now I could have yx constant, but then below it'd have to be yx constant. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're just going to enter the coefficients of the variables. So my coefficient here is 2, my coefficient is 1, and my constant term is 8. My coefficient is 1, my coefficient is negative 3, and my constant term is 11. Now all I need to do is hit solve. And my x value is 5 and my y value is negative 2. So if I put 5 into this equation and negative 2 in for y, I should get 8. If I put the same numbers in, I should get 11 into this equation. What you want to remember is what you're looking for when you solve simultaneous equation is where the two functions meet. So this is the point 5, negative 2, where this line and that line meets. Okay, so we're looking for some point in the Cartesian plane where the functions meet. Next, go back to the main. Again, we're working right here. And I'm going to look at the polyroot finder. So I have my quadratic here, and I want to know where it equals 0. So I want to find its roots. So I go back up to 1. And the order is 2 because the degree of my equation is 2. If I had a cubic equation here, it would be 3, etc. What you need to remember in this case, the proper setup is the largest first, so x squared, x, constant, equals 0. So you have to have it equal to 0. And if it was cubed, then to the power of 2, then to the power of 1, then your constant term. And if you don't have, let's say you had x cubed minus 4x squared, you need to remember that's x cubed minus 0x squared, or plus 0x squared minus 4x minus 12. We don't have that here, so everything else remains the same. So my x squared term is 1. My x term is negative 4. And my constant term is negative 12. So this is going to tell me the two places that the function crosses the x-axis, at 6 and at negative 2. And you'll notice if you factorize this, it would become x minus 6 times x plus 2. So we're actually solving it, we're not factorizing it. Okay? Have fun!